I don't mean to brag, but I'm forklift certified. Granted, that forklift certification may have been forged using print shop on my mom's computer, but then again, so was my high school diploma, so regardless, we're using the old International 4500 Series A forklift. Got this drill cart lifted up and put on these heavy-duty Harbor Freight jack stands. Got the wheels unbolted off because these welds, well, not even the welds, the tube broke out that hold the saddles for the lift wheels. This is the chintzy drill cart in question. Alrighty, it's the next weekend here and the sun's out and it's actually getting quite warm, so we got the door open to let some heat in. But the OCD side of me wanted me to cut this all out square, lay a plate up in there, V it all out, weld it up, grind it back down, and basically return this tube to its former glory. But the practical side of me gave the OCD side of me a noogie and said, no, that's stupid. That's going to be way more work and not nearly as strong as just laying a plate under here. So we got a plate of 1/2 inch steel here. We're going to lay it on here, and then we're going to cut a 1/2 inch off the top of this bracket so that the bottom of this bracket's in the same spot so the saddles can bolt at the same level as the other side. This 1/2 inch by 6 inch plate was really pushing the limits of my steel cutting saw, and I'm fairly confident it's joined a support group because of the way I've been treating it. There may even be a Netflix documentary. I am blowing compressed air through the guard to remove as many chips as possible and to cool the blade. Also, I deleted the audio for this video, so I'm just going to have to Motormouth Jones the sound effects for this clip. What are you doing? The bottom of this tube, as you can imagine, was all pulled and twisted, so I used the big persuader over there to get it all back up into place. But since we are laying this plate here on the bottom, we need to make sure that there's no high points so that the plate sits up against here nice and smooth. So we're going to use my Gluteus Maximus edge here to check the bottom of this tube for flatness. Wow, that's flat. Alrighty, we got the plate C-clamped up into place. C. Cleaned up. We don't even need to V it because we got a nice little shoulder right there that's kind of hard to see. C. That's going to give us plenty of room to weld. Getting ready to fire up the old Miller Bobcat mobile hot gluing kit here. She's alive! Alrighty, got that plate welded on there. I'm not going to zoom in the welds too close because they're kind of messy. We got a 1/2 inch cut off the top of this bracket. And next, we're going to set the lift wheels. If you can, yeah, you can kind of see them now. Back up there to make sure we get the bracket welded in the right place over here. Got her set into place. Got her in the saddle on the non-broken side. And then I got this bracket up against my plate. And we just got a welder there, and that should all jive. Got the bracket welded on. It's a little globby, but it'll hold. And then I cut some strap steel to length. And then I cut some strap steel to length. It'll be okay. I have like 7 or 8 more fingers. And laid them on the side of these brackets like a gusset, because I figured 4 points of contact is better than 2. After that, I dug through the scrap steel and found some leftover triangles from a previous repair. It was at this point I drug the MIG welder out of the shop and plugged it into my generator welder, basically creating a zero emissions metal hot gluing electric vehicle. Because I can MIG weld a whole lot faster than I can stick, and I was kind of in a hurry. The MIG was welding a whole lot colder than what I was hoping for because I don't think my generator had enough oomph to properly power it. But welding these triangles on the gussets to close in the ends, I think it'll be just fine because we're not building a piano. I also noticed that the lugs for the lift cylinders were starting to show some stress cracks, so I welded some triangular shaped pieces on, and then ended up, well, you'll see here in a second, I welded a strap underneath the lugs to kind of brace them a little bit more because I don't want to rip those out in the middle of planting. Got her painted. I left my microphone in the truck for this clip, so it's back to the sound effects. Ugga dugga, dugga 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 dugga, dugga dugga.
Let's reach around here and reach. Oh, I can't reach that way. My hand doesn't go that direction. I'm going to use the impact with this hand. Maybe I can get up in there. Oh, I'm having a hard time getting on there.
Ugga dugga 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 dugga.
I finally got it. Oh, we're going to come back here and tighten this one up a little bit more.
Ugga dugga 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 dugga. And yes, I'm fully aware this cylinder needs rebuilt. The rod's also bent from the bracket ripping out, so got to wash that up, see if I can straighten the rod without breaking it. And if I can do that, get a seal kit. Thanks for watching, fellas. Dugga 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 dugga.